My introduction to autism came through a conference here. I had signed up to do the Theatre of the Oppressed segment.
So you want you to watch and see what it is. Then the second clue is going to give masks are made to move, so that what happens is they come along.
4 or 5 of the schools I'd been to, each had come to me and said, we have a special education class of autistic kids, and so they're going to be sitting over here, and just be aware that they're there. And so it was a real coincidence. When I got here, I thought, you know what, I'm running into this more and more. I should really try and figure out what it is that I need to be aware of as I work with autistic kids. I sat in on Andrew's workshop, and one of the things he started talking about was this work and workshops that he'd been doing with a man in India using masks. And I said, Andrew, I make masks, I work with masks. Maybe we should sit down and talk. And so that sort of began a conversation, and then we ended talking about and designing a set of masks that Andrew is now using with the kids that he works with, which also led to a workshop we did in Indiana with a group of high school boys on the spectrum to try and explore physical theater and mask work and how that relates and what things would work with them and what didn't, and it was a very successful workshop. As a touring performer, I find myself in all kinds of situations. I am teaching workshops. Actually, this week I was working with a group of at-risk middle schoolers, working with developing stories and presenting, performing. I'll work with older people, I'll work with preschoolers, I mean, you name it, I work with it. It's not often that you get so many different people from so many different skill sets and so many different varieties of theater forms in one place. What was interesting about the conference is that, one, you had professional performers like myself sitting next to social workers and educators and organizers and community people that are working in theater, trying to work with populations in their own community. And you get different insights by talking and looking at people who are writing and who are organizing and who are performing. One of the nice things about working with the masks is that once they were able to put on a mask, they lost a lot of their inhibitions, and there became a sense of playfulness about them. And they did some things that I don't think that they would have attempted without the mask on. The mask also gave them ideas that they played with. And of course there was some repetition of things that happened, but the nice thing was to see them sort of forget what was going on and to get involved in something outside of themselves, which helped to reveal something inside themselves.